I used to believe that following your passion and doing something that you loved would never pay the bills. That kept me stuck for literally years doing something that I didn't enjoy. Then I discovered that it is possible to follow your passion, do something that you love, and still make money from it. So in this video, I'll be showing you the 3 ways that you can do something that you love and still make a living from it. Starting with number 1, which is mindset. I've recently figured out the hard way that you don't get in life what you actually can achieve. You get in life what you think you can achieve. Let that blow your mind for a moment. Henry Ford famously said, if you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you're right. So in this context, if you don't think that you can make money following your passion and doing something that you're interested in, and the only way to make money is by staying in your stable corporate job and working your way up the ladder, guess what will happen? That will be your reality. And the reason this happens is because what we believe is true dictates where our focus goes. So over the years, you could have come across literally hundreds of opportunities to make money on the side, have a business, follow your passion, do something that you really, really love, but you didn't focus on it. Instead, you were focused on how you have to stay in this job, how life's a struggle, how that's the only way to make money, on how it's not possible to make money doing something that you love. So instead, you didn't notice these opportunities, you passed them by, or you didn't do anything about them. So instead, we need to make a decision. Are we going to stay where we currently are because it's the only option, because there's nothing else we can do? Or are we going to broaden our horizons, to start looking for new opportunities, to start believing that actually I can make money doing what I love, I can follow my passion and still pay the bills? And to prove that this is true, this brings us nicely onto number 2, which is monetize. So here, this is a formula that you can take literally any idea, any passion, any hobby, anything that you love to do, and potentially, as long as it fits these 3 criteria, make money from it. There must be a demand for what it is that you do. Now, this might sound pretty obvious, but this is a point that a lot of people miss, and in fact, I missed this for so long as well. Do you solve a problem? And by default, that problem that you solve, if you solve that problem for enough people, or the problem itself is big enough, the more money you will make. And secondly, are you good at solving this problem? So chances are, if you're good at solving this problem, it might well be something that you're interested in, that you're passionate about. It might come more naturally to you. You can often tell as well if friends, family, and other people come to you asking you for advice about this thing, about how to do this thing better. Now, it's easy to assume, because I've done this, that, well, if I get it, if it's easy for me, it'll be easy for everyone. Believe me, that's not the case. What comes naturally to you probably does not come naturally to most other people. And the third part of the formula is a people willing to pay for it. So if you have all 3 parts of this formula, you potentially have a way to make money from your passion. What I would add as well is make sure that it is something that you like, something that you enjoy, that you have some degree of passion for. Because this will, firstly, it'll give you that motivation to get started in the first place. It'll keep you going through thick and thin as well. If your sole motivation is money, which I've tried in the past, it doesn't last. You soon give up, you get bored, and you move on. If there's something deeper, something that you love to do anyway, that drives you forward. Now, to show you how this works in reality, here's a fantastic example from Sorel Amore Finance. If you haven't checked out this channel, it's amazing, check it out. Years and years ago, believe it or not, she was able to make millions from, are you ready for it? Taking selfies. Now, on the face of it, it might seem silly, it's a hobby, it's impossible to monetize, right? So, years and years ago, when we first started having, smartphones and camera phones, she realized that she absolutely loved taking selfies. And she was quite into it, she was trying things out, different cameras, different phones, different angles, different backgrounds. And it's just something that she had an interest in. Now, before long, people, friends and family realized, wow, she's good at taking selfies. people started coming to her and asking her, oh, can you give us some tips? How do you do the perfect selfie? What do you think of this? How would this make it better? How do we do better lighting? That gave her an idea. Okay, there might be demand here for something that I'm doing. So what she did was she then made a small course, very small course, didn't charge much money for it, put it online, and it blew up. People went crazy, loads of demand for it. There was obviously a problem, right, that she was solving. She was good at what she was doing. So then she made it into a bigger course, and she provided coaching and consulting and different products, charged more money, and eventually it made her millions of pounds. And there are literally thousands of examples of people making money, showing others how to sing, how to paint, how to play the piano, how to play video games, even how to make a Big Mac at home. So for me, the question is less about can you make money following your passion, because it's clear that you absolutely can. Millions of people are doing it right now. Instead, the question is more, are you willing to put in the time and effort that it takes to make it a reality? This brings us very nicely on to point number 3, which is sacrifice. Now, believe it or not, I am a bit of a dreamer, and I used to have this fairy tale dream that I'd jump out of bed every morning and I'd be working on my passion for the day, and I'd absolutely love what I'd do. I'd make millions of pounds and I'd go skipping into the sunset. Turns out it's not that simple. Fundamentally, having your own business and making money from your passion is a choice. It's a choice between the easy path, which is staying where you currently are. Maybe you're in a corporate job that you don't like, but you keep your head down, you grit your teeth, and you just keep going because at least you have some level of certainty. Versus the hard path. This is cashing in on your dreams, going all in, giving it a go. You might have to take a pay cut. There's uncertainty, there's fear, there's doubt. It might work out or it might not. So a great example of this is a friend of mine recently transitioned into a new industry that he's a lot more passionate about. And on the side, he's also building his own business, which is fantastic. Now, he said to me recently, yes, I like what I'm doing much more, but I've taken a massive pay cut. For me, this is one of the biggest reasons why people find it so hard to transition from corporate into doing their own thing. It is not a lack of time or money or resources or know-how. It's because people aren't willing to make the sacrifice and take the step backwards in the short term. Because it is a sacrifice. Let's be serious here. You are going to have to work weekends. It's a Sunday afternoon and I'm recording this video. You're going to have to work weekends, evenings, probably take a pay cut or be on no pay for a period of time, at least initially. And people are not willing to do that. So the conclusion of all of this is that you absolutely can follow your passion and make money from it. Anyone who tries to tell you otherwise has clearly never even tried or they've failed trying to do it. So as you can see, a key part of this whole strategy is doing something that you're passionate about, or at least that you're interested in. A lot of people have no idea, and it took me so long to figure this out as well. If you are still struggling with this, I did make a video on how to create a compelling vision for your life, and in turn this will give you some focus and direction. So you can check that video out right here, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, bye-bye.